going on, YouTube? Uberman here. Today's not really going to be a video about Uber so much. I will share an incident that happened last night that got me a little confused. I don't really know how it happened, but it did happen. But I wanted to give a shout out to Bronte Lamar from North Carolina. What's going on? It's good to have you as a viewer and a subscriber. Appreciate you and your friends that regularly watch me out there. So thank you for that. I appreciate you guys. Now, last night I had an interesting thing happen to me. It's never happened before, and I've been doing this for about 15 months now. I still don't really know exactly what happened, but I'll tell you what occurred. So I pull up last night during surge pricing, 3.5 times, which is normal for a weekend. It was a Friday night. Pretty decent surge pricing. I get a ping right outside of where I was waiting. There's a club that I tend to hang out at. Usually keeps me pretty busy, and I usually get good surge rates and good fares from that location. So I'm out there, and I get a ping, which is great because I'm already there. So, I get a ping, I hit arrive. I sit there and wait for about 5 minutes, and nothing happens, and the customer doesn't come out. So I text them, and I'm like, hey, I'm sitting out here in this car with my Uber signs on my doors, and they didn't text back. And, I usually don't wait more than 5 minutes. Usually after 5 minutes I cancel, but because we were at such a high surge rate, I decided to go ahead and hold on. And a couple minutes later, 3 passengers jump in the back seat. 3 men, young men, I guess I should say. They probably weren't more than low 20s. They were young. But they jump in, and whenever I'm in you're supposed to do it at all times, and I'm not going to lie, I don't ask for the passenger's name every time. But when I'm in a high traffic area, like some of these clubs, you can bet I'm always going to ask what the rider's name is. And this was no different. Last night was no different. I asked for the rider's name, and one of the guys in the back seat said Bobby. That was the name that was on my phone. And another guy said, "You're Randy, right?" Which sometimes that happens. Customers confirm that you're the right driver. They don't want to be in the wrong car. And, after he not only confirmed that the rider's name was Bobby, but when he confirmed that I was Randy, I thought we were good to go. Well, here's the deal. On my car, my license plate has my name on it. All right, I've got a custom plate, and it says Randy 2. Sorry for the bass bumping over there. I'm actually sitting in a pretty bad part of town. It was the only place that had decent lighting that I was near. So, let's hope nothing happens over here. No, I grew up in these kinds of neighborhoods. I'm not worried. If I was, I wouldn't have parked here. But anyway, needless to say, this was the wrong passenger. So I get somewhere around 5 miles away, and I get a notice on the Uber app saying that the ride has been canceled. Now, this has never happened. I didn't really know what to do, so I'm about my money. I pulled over. I got off the highway, pulled over on the side of the road, and I told them, I said, hey, somebody canceled the ride. And they said, no, we didn't cancel it. And I said, well, look, man, I'm not getting paid anymore. So I said, somebody needs to re-request the ride. Now, it does happen. There have been scams where people will get in the car, start getting on their way, and then they will cancel the ride. And if you're not paying attention to your Uber phone, if you're using a standalone GPS or something and you're not paying attention to your Uber phone, they'll get all the way home for basically free. So I just assumed that these were some drunk kids trying to get a free ride. So I pulled over and told them somebody needs to re-request the trip. Well, the passenger pulled out his phone, and I watched him ping Uber. He kept requesting Uber, and I was available. He was in the car with me, but it kept sending him to a completely different driver that was nowhere near where I was. So, honest to God, it was snowing, it was cold. I didn't want to leave these guys on the street, but at the same time, they're not my responsibility. So I was kind of facing a personal dilemma. Morally, I felt I should take them to safety. You know, I should go ahead and take them home and cut my losses. The problem is they live so far away, about 17 miles. By the time I take them home and get back to the surge area, there will be no more surge, and I will lose out on the bulk of my income for the night. So one of the guys said, hey, can I just give you 20 bucks? Well, let me tell you this. Just for that 5 miles that I drove them, the trip was already $24. So 20 bucks doesn't even begin to cover what it would have cost to go an additional 10 miles or so to get them the rest of the way home. But what am I going to do? You know, I took them home for $20, and just like I assumed, by the time I got back to where the surge was really kicked off, it was about 2:20 in the morning. Surge dropped out. Literally, the bottom fell out from under it. Surge was gone within 3 minutes from me getting to the surge area. So I lost out on it. And what's even funnier is another Uber driver I talk to sometimes. She told me, I told her about the situation. She said she picked up somebody from the same place that had a friend in the back of the car named Bobby that said that his Uber driver just drove off and left him there. So it looks like she ended up picking up a friend of the guy that requested me, and I don't know whose ride I took, but it was unintentional. But here's the thing, guys. I'll point this out. On the top left of your app, now, it's not in very big letters, but it does say the passenger's name. And any of these customers that might know this could get in your car just because they want a free ride, not request an Uber at all. Jump in your car, all they got to do is look at the top left of your screen as soon as they get in. It's got the customer's name on it. And then they know what the name of the customer is, which will match your phone, so you'll take them anyway. So watch out for that. I mean, this wasn't going to be an Uber video, but there's a little lesson in there for you. That was a little crazy. But it is what it is. You know, I lost out on surge. I still made 125. That was net. That's not gross. That's net. I made about $125 last night. So in 3.5 hours, I logged out at 3:30. I logged in at 12:09. So, you know, right at 3 hours and 20 minutes, it's not too bad. I'm not going to complain about it. I would have done a lot better if I had gotten the rest of that surge pricing, but, you know, whatever. It is what it is. So, other than that, guys, I'll share another little piece of my life, another piece of bullshit going on. You know, I got this, I swear, I don't understand that. I mean, I used to have cars with bass like that. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old. It just annoys the hell out of me now. It really does. It annoys the living shit out of me. And I used to love it. Anyway, I got this 2013 Kia, and I really haven't gone into any detail on what the deal is with it, but I did an owner finance option. Basically, a guy was selling it, and we signed a contract. I'm financing the car from him. I mean, I've got like 5 copies of the contract just in case anything ever goes wrong. I want to make sure I've got a copy, and the original copy of the contract is put up in a safe box where I keep, you know, Social Security cards and things like that. But other than that, I have exact copies of the contract all over. I've got one in the car, I've got 2 or 3 throughout my house, and I've got one in a safe box. Well, here's the thing, you know, after getting the car, the first thing I did was get the maintenance brought up to date because it had not been maintained properly. The front tires were bald. Windshield wipers were streaky. It hadn't had an oil change. I mean, the oil change sticker was like 12,000 miles old. So, you know, I put a lot of money into this car, including the down payment and the 2 monthly payments that I made them, and the new tires and 2 oil changes and windshield wipers, and had to get an alignment. The alignment was way off on all 4 wheels. I got a lifetime alignment on it. By the time I was done, you know, so far I've got right around $2,200 in this car. And I mean, it's not a lot of money, but right now for me that is a ton of money. that is money that I can't replace at the moment. Well, I get a text message from him today saying that him and his wife are getting a divorce, and the car is listed in the divorce papers as one of the items, I guess being decided as to who it's going to go to, who's going to be responsible for paying it, etc. He says he needs to get the car back. And I reminded him that, you know, we have a contract, and he said, well, I understand that. He said, I'm willing to do whatever I can to make it right with you, which is nice. You know, I do understand if he's getting a divorce, he's kind of in a situation. You know, these are things that I should have thought about before going in on something like this. It never really occurred to me. But anyway, it is what it is. And I added everything up, and I told him, I was like, look, I've got $2,200 in this car. I know that I probably shouldn't be asking for the money I paid him back, because I did get use out of the car, but at the same time, he's breaking the contract, you know, and that leaves me with no vehicle. I mean, he's breaking. I didn't do all this work to this car, pay all this money with the idea of getting to use it for a month and a half and then giving it back. You know, my goal was to pay it off and own it, then trade it in and buy a new one under my own credit. So I feel that even though under maybe a normal circumstances, I wouldn't be entitled to getting the money I've put into it as far as monthly payments and a down payment back. Since I'm not the one breaking the contract, he's the one breaking the contract, which is going to be a huge inconvenience for me, because not only do I have to give the car back, I have to go out and find a car with $2,200. I don't know if any of you have gone car shopping lately, but finding any kind of a halfway decent car for $2,200 is almost impossible. Now, I've got an extensive history in vehicles purchasing and selling, so I can do it. But even for me, it's going to be a challenge. So if he's going to take the car back, I feel I'm entitled to every dollar I put into it back. And even then, that doesn't include my personal time. You know, I've spent hours in shops getting things done. I clay barred it by hand. I polished and waxed it by hand. You know, I've got a lot of my own time invested in it. So I think asking for the exact monetary amount that I have into it back is fair. Of course, when I told him that it would be around $2,200, I didn't really hear much back from him. So I'm a little leery. You know, he seemed like an up-and-up decent guy, but you just never know, you know? You just never know, and my fear is he probably has a second key to the car, and at some point I may come out from a Walmart or, you know, wherever I might drive to and find out that I'd been followed and the car's missing, along with my $500 GPS, and I've got some important documents in here, and obviously all of my Uber stuff is in here as well. And then I'll be out of a car, out of my money, and don't really know what exactly I could do about it. I do have a lawyer that lives down the street from me, and he told me if I ever need anything, get in touch with him, but I'm not ready to give him a call yet. You know, I guess I'll wait and see what happens. But I'm pretty sure if they take the car from me when I have done nothing wrong and I have not violated the contract, that I'm pretty sure that's at a minimum fraud, which should be a felony. And I will definitely pursue any charges that I can, because I'm in no position at the moment to have the car taken out from under me. It's my only vehicle. It's my income. Right now I am paying 2/3 of the bills in the house, which is really, really hard on me. And with buying Christmas and everything, guys, I'm strapped. I am strapped at the moment. And I hate admitting it, but one of the people in my house has not been working for some time, and I've had to cover their part of the bills. So instead of paying 1/3 of the bills, I'm paying 2/3 of the bills, along with my own personal bills. You know, my car payment, my car insurance, my cell phone, all of my own personal. That's tough, is a lot of money, guys. My personal bills are a lot, and then paying someone else's on top of it, and paying out for Christmas. I'm not in a position to be left without a car. So, you know, wish me luck. If any of you guys have any legal advice or anything like that, you know, let me know what you think and what my options are and what you think I should do, because I really don't know. Life is tough, guys, and you know, I could sit here and cry and talk about how horrible my life is and But you know what? Life is all about perspective, guys. Life is all about perspective. It's all the way you look at it. I will be in one bad spot if I lose this car. But I mean, I still have my children. I'm still breathing. I'm still here. And as long as I'm still alive, I got a reason to keep going. And you should too. So I know life's tough, guys. Hell, sometimes I swear that's all life is. It seems like more often than not, life is just nothing but one constant struggle, one constant fucking headache. And believe me, guys, my life is not. A lot of people wouldn't want to live my life. It's hard. It's hard. You people out there you don't know me. You just watch my videos. You know, life is rough, and it's all about perspective, man. Try to keep it positive. Try to find the good whenever you can. I got to get out of here, guys. I need to go to work and make that money. Clocking in way early tonight, 7 o'clock. Gonna try to make some extra cash. Take care, guys. Again, shout out to Bronte Lamar. Appreciate you, homie. Thanks for watching my videos. This Bronte and all of your friends out there, you guys have been watching my videos for like 3+ years. That is crazy amazing. I really do appreciate it. It's really awesome. Thanks again, guys. They're from North Carolina. I used to live out there. Lived in Wilson, lived in Farmville. Love North Carolina, man. Beautiful place. Beautiful place. So peace out to all you guys. Drive safe out there. Best of luck to you.